John 6:11, and Jesus took the loaves. Luke 9:16, then he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish. Mark 6:41, and when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. Matthew 14:19b, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. So I got to figure out where to put the when. Should it be at the beginning? When he took the loaves and the 2 fishes, looking up to heaven, he blessed, broke, and gave them? Or should I have it the way that Luke and John have it? Then he took the loaves and the 2 fishes, and when he had looked up to heaven and give thanks. When he had taken the loaves, he looked up to heaven and gave thanks and distributed. Or, then he took the loaves, and when he had given thanks. You know, if I'm trying to imagine this, how it actually went down, Jesus asked for the loaves, then he told the disciples to make them all sit down. That probably took a little while. Now, after all that time, he finally got the loaves? What took so long? I think it should start with, and when he had taken the loaves, instead of then he took the loaves, because that's a big gap of time. If I just say, and when he had taken the loaves, that could mean that he received them and just waited. Andrew said there's a kid here, so they obviously know where the 5 loaves and 2 fish are. I'm going to start with when. Looking up to heaven, given thanks. Looked to heaven and blessed. Looking up to heaven, he blessed. Oh, you know what? I can't do that. If I'm going to include given thanks, I can't say he took the loaves, he looked up to heaven, and given thanks. It has to be he looked up to heaven and gave thanks. So if I'm going to include given thanks, it has to be when here. Now when he took the loaves, it would have to be then he took the loaves, and when he had given thanks. Yeah, when he had given thanks. He looked up... see, looking up to heaven is what it is. He looked. Okay, that's what it is. He looked up to heaven. And when he had given thanks and blessed and broke the loaves, he handed them out. Yeah, so he blessed. And blessed and broke. Everything is past tense. When he had given thanks, he looked. So yeah, I have to start with then. Then he took the loaves. Mark, and when he had taken. And Jesus took the loaves. Then Jesus took the loaves. Yeah, and Jesus is how this sentence begins. And Jesus said to his disciples, bring them here to me. So now it needs to be then Jesus. Okay, so if there's a gap in time, I guess that's just going to have to be how it is. Alright, so this then is only in Luke. Jesus, blue, took the 5 loaves. Jesus took the loaves. So took the is both Luke and John. When he had taken the 5 loaves. I'm only going to put when once. So I can't have had taken the. So took the. And took the. So it is Matthew. Only Mark has had taken. So that's all three, not Mark, light gray and black. 5 loaves. Matthew has 5. Mark has 5. Luke has 5. John just has loaves. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, 5. And loaves is all 4. John is and Luke and the 2 fishes. Mark and the 2 fishes. Matthew and the 2 fishes. Regular gray and the 2 fishes. Matthew then has and looking up to heaven. But I know I'm going to have when he looked up to heaven. And had given thanks. Because he had given thanks. And I can't put gave thanks. And thanks is only in John, so it has to be had given thanks. So, which goes first? Given thanks or blessed? Or looked up to heaven? I think looked up to heaven should go first. Matthew has looked up to heaven and blessed. I think maybe blessed is the same as given thanks in John. So I will put given thanks after looked up to heaven, but I think I'm still going to have blessed. So I'll have looked up to heaven. Looked, blessed, broke, given thanks. 4 different things happening. And when. So now is and when. 5 loaves and 2 fish. And when he looked up to heaven. Yeah. I have to put the when first. And when. I'll save that and had given thanks. So when he. You know what? I can actually have looking up to heaven here. So it'll be, and when he, comma, looking up to heaven, comma, had given thanks and blessed. Looking is in Matthew and Luke. So it is the majority witness instead of looked, past tense. And I think I can still make it work with given, had given thanks. Actually, I could just go and looking up to heaven and still save the when he. And looking up to heaven when he had blessed and given thanks. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll save the when. I'll put looking up to heaven. So, and from John. And from Luke. And from Matthew. So still those 3 and... looking up to heaven. That's Matthew. Mark. Looking up to heaven. So looking is Matthew. And Luke. So looking is Matthew and Luke. So that'd be orange. Now up to heaven is all 3 again. When he had given thanks. And I'll put when he had from Mark as well. When he had. Now John only, giving thanks. So I now have another option. I could say he blessed, or I could say and blessed. Matthew has he blessed them, or and blessed them? When he had given thanks and blessed. I'm going to have them combined. Given thanks and blessed. Not as if they're separate. I don't know if they're separate, but even if they are, it would still work. Given thanks and blessed, or all as one. Given thanks and blessed. So I'll put and instead of he. Mark is the other one. And Matthew, Mark, and Luke blessed. Them is only Luke.